I'm here with Dustin Carper from Groupon. If you don't know Groupon, I'm surprised, but I think you will soon. Groupon is a very fast-growing company. I'm thinking it's one of the fastest-growing companies out there. And with my family being Groupon junkies, I'm pretty familiar with it. You spend your $25 and you get $50 worth of your food or massages or cupcakes or whatever it is you want. Dustin is a recruiter for this fast-growing company in Chicago, correct?
Yes.
And you came from an agency background, like a lot of the team they've put together. Tell us about how big the recruiting team is, how many employees Groupon has, how many you're hiring, that kind of thing.
Okay. Right now, I think globally we're at about 2,000 employees, which I've only been there a few months, but I understand that about a year ago they were at 50. So
wow,
quite a bit of growth. Yeah.
And you're hiring by the hundreds now?
Yeah. In August alone, we hired about 125 people.
Wow.
Mainly sales, inside sales.
And tell us about, a lot of your team, I believe, is agency from agencies. In other words, they were third-party headhunter types rather than corporate recruiters. And why is that?
Well, I think it comes from our director of recruiting came from Robert Half. His name is Dan Jessup. I think he wants people that have been in agency recruiting because there's a certain sense of urgency that comes behind the positions. We're hiring very quickly. Another thing is being able to deal with a high volume of resumes and of candidates, and to properly vet out the right people for Groupon and not just hire just to fill our numbers.
Are you hiring human resources and recruiting professionals also?
We are, yeah. We're at, I was the fourth person on the team, and I think we're at 7 right now, and there's talk of getting up to 15 total.
Branching out just from recruiting, overall hiring, tell us a couple things, what you look for in a person and where you're finding people.
Okay. A lot of it right now has been just because we are so popular in Chicago, and there's a lot of notoriety through different things right now. A lot of it is just inbound sourcing of resumes, which is kind of a double-edged sword because it's nice because we have all of these people applying and we don't have to necessarily go out as much but we have a lot of people applying, so it's kind of hard to go through the resumes.
What do you look for?
The things that we look for, main things. Number one, you're going to want to look at, can somebody do the job? So we're doing mainly inside sales positions. So heavy phone sales, things like that. So cold calling experience, someone that is in the advertising space. We've had people that work for maybe a technology company, something like CDW, and sometimes they're not the right fit just because it's a different type of sell. The whole idea with Groupon is we want people about 2 to 3 years experience. You know how to do your job, you know how to sell, you know what works for you. So just come in and do your job. We want people to add personality, and if people have read our write-ups, they're a little bit weird and kind of irreverent, and that's kind of our culture is promoting that. So I guess that's the second thing that we look for is just personality in somebody, and can somebody kind of just show their personality on the phone, and it's not a call center, and they don't sound like a robot. That really helps us.
With you and I here at the Social Recruiting Summit in Seattle, I assume that one of the places you're finding people is through social media. Tell us a little bit about where you're finding people now that you've talked about what you're looking for.
Sure. Yeah, we're looking to expand that, which is why I'm here, is we need more of a social media presence from the recruiting standpoint. So as of right now, we haven't gotten a whole lot of people from social media. Maybe through our recruiters' connections. I've had some people contact me through LinkedIn, joining different job groups, things like that, which I also think comes from the agency side background. You're kind of fighting for that money and you want that commission, so you're going to do as much as possible, and we're all still doing that at Groupon. So we use JobVite, which is really popular. It'll automatically cast out our jobs onto Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, things like that. What I'm here for is really to try to get more engagement. from the community and to get people to come to us through social.
You're trying to build a pipeline of sales candidates? Are you trying to prepare for the hiring of other types of functions, or?
It's a little bit of both. I don't think for sales candidates, because there's such an influx right now. Really just trying to be proactive, because we're not going to be hiring 125 people a month for
Sure.
the next year.
Sure.
So when it does, and when it gets into more of a strategic hire, finding those type of people and finding the right type of people based on, being able to look at what they tweet about and kind of getting a personality from that.
Do you find that people are coming to you because you're Groupon and because you're hot? Or are they coming to you because they need a job? Another way of asking this, are your candidates passive or active? Are they employed?
They're mainly both, I guess.
Okay.
That's sort of a non-answer, but that's one of the tricky things, is vetting out the people that are just applying to us because we're Groupon, and because it's really exciting and it's really awesome to work for Groupon.
Yeah.
And the people that just need a job or something like that. So we do have a fair number of passive candidates that they're happy in their position, they've been there for 2 or 3 years, and they just want to work for Groupon. So it's tricky sometimes.
Got it. Well, thanks a lot, and good luck with everything, both in Groupon as a whole and in your recruiting at Groupon specifically.
Great, thank you.